Yo, what's up, y'all? Before we get into today's video, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Of course, I'm going to do the YouTube thingy where they put the amount of subscribers and the watch time up on the screen right now. I really appreciate you guys watching these videos. It means the world to me, with the little amount of subscribers we have so far, but we're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep doing this. I love talking about the NBA. And I really appreciate everything you guys do. If you guys can hit me with a like and subscribe, that means the world to me. Second off, I'm not going to talk about Miami versus the Nuggets, Game 1 specifically. I'm going to talk about that after Game 2 is over. And the reason I'm doing that is because I did not get to watch Game 1 in full. So I don't want to give my opinion on where the series is going without having a full perspective of Game 1. And I want to look at Game 2 and Game 1 as a whole and determine where I think this series is going, especially after 2 home games for the Nuggets. They've been perfect at home all series, all playoffs long. They're 9-0 so far. It's hard to really judge off of a Game 1 where this series is going to go, especially the NBA Finals. So I promise I will talk about this series after Game 2. Now, what we are going to talk about is the narrative surrounding this series that, oh, it's boring. Oh, no one's going to watch it. Oh, the ratings are terrible. And these aren't the 2 best teams in the NBA, which is something I completely disagree with. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is because I was scrolling on Twitter and I saw a bunch of, tweets about this. And it came to a head for me when I saw a clip from Kevin Garnett's podcast. And Paul Pierce was talking about these aren't the best 2 teams in the NBA.
I was watching Vincent. I was watching Caleb, Martin. We got the 2 best teams getting ready to play each other, Pete. I'm talking about from 10 to 10. Not like yo 3 and
I don't think them the 2 best
teams. You
teams.
tripping, boy. Ain't no 2 better teams playing than what's in the finals.
Miami, I consider them the best team. They playing the best. Think about this.
I'm talking about.
No, listen though. We don't have the 2 best teams. Miami was the worst scoring team in the league during the regular season. They showed bad habits all year long. Then all of a sudden they got to the playoffs and they just flipped the switch.
Right.
And now they became a whole nother team. So where you got Caleb Vincent looking like all-star.
Caleb Vincent?
Lord, I just learned his name.
Lord, you don't even know nobody's name, Lord. You just talking,
Caleb
Lord.
Vincent, they both look good.
Lord,
they both average 20.
Lord, they
You
killing.
lost Tyler Hero, who's their 3rd best player.
Man, so what? We playing better. The ball moving.
They
got
better.
7 niggas that's lit right now, bro.
Now.
What you mean now?
They was a play-in team.
Oh, bro, you talking about was. I'm talking about now, Pete. These are the 2 best teams in the league. And they're in the finals.
These are 2 teams playing the best.
You can say that.
All right.
That's what I'm
2
saying.
teams
That's what
playing
I'm
the
saying.
best.
And you know what's crazy out of all this? It's not even your 3 against my 2. It's like your 7-8 against my 7-8. That's what I love about this finals. It ain't no more Bron, KD go at it. It ain't no star against star. Lord, it is about this 7-8-9 against Miami 7-8-9.
So basically, what Paul Pierce is trying to say is that Miami basically caught a hot streak in the playoffs, and they started playing well. That these are the 2 best teams that are playing well at the moment. They aren't the 2 best teams, but they're just hot right now, and they're playing well, and they made it to the NBA Finals, which is something that I don't necessarily agree with. I see where Paul Pierce is coming from. Yes, Miami did not do well during the regular season objectively, even heading into this year's playoffs during the play-in. They lost their first play-in game to Atlanta, who ended up being the 7th seed and got 4-2 bounced by the Celtics. And Miami barely won their last play-in game against the Chicago Bulls, right? They ended the season 44-38, and they did not shoot the ball well at all. So yes, you could say they caught a hot streak during this year's playoffs. And especially for the Nuggets, I'm not even going to argue them. I think they were the best team in the Western Conference all season long. They ended up with the best record, number one seed, Nikola Jokic as an MVP candidate. They fell off towards the end because they started coasting. But I think the Nuggets were by far and away the best team in the Western Conference by far. They had their continuity together. They had been playing together. This was their time to make it to the NBA Finals. On the side of the Miami Heat, I think that if you're playing well, if you're playing your best, you are the best. Isn't that what that means? If you're playing your best, that means you are the best, right? Miami started playing well during the playoffs. They ended up, beating Giannis and the Bucks, despite not having Giannis for about 2.5 games, if you want to say. He got injured in that first quarter of game 1, really, really early. And, they beat them. They went on to beat New York, and then they beat Boston in 7, who were, especially between the Bucks and the Celtics, the two teams favored to make it to the NBA Finals. The two teams that were bet on to win the NBA Finals. And Miami went and took them out. Now, if you're playing the best, you just are the best. If you're currently playing the best, you're the best team in the East. And that's how it goes, and that's why Miami made it to the NBA Finals. And that's the beauty in basketball for me. The best team will always end up making it to the NBA Finals. And barring injuries, the best team will win the NBA Finals. And I think that's just how it goes. Kevin Garnett is arguing that side, and I think Kevin Garnett is correct. Paul Pierce is, because Miami caught a hot streak, they're not the best, but I think that just makes them the best. And something else that people have been talking about surrounding this series is that the ratings are going to be bad. And that's something, as basketball fans, as real basketball fans, we have to acknowledge the fact that, we want to watch the best basketball. That's really what we want to watch. We could really, as a basketball fan, I could really not care about the ratings. Of course, I want my sport to perform well. I want my sport to be seen by, tons of people around the world. But as a basketball fan, what I want to watch is the best basketball. And that's what I'm getting right now between these two teams. Miami is an excellent team, 8 players deep, and so are the Nuggets. And it's great to see them in the NBA Finals and not have to, watch the same thing over and over again. I'm getting beautiful basketball in this NBA Finals. That's really what I'm getting, and that's really, really all I care about, right? It's the basketball that means a lot to me, and getting to watch two great teams go at it is just awesome. It's awesome. And that's my little rant about, everything surrounding this series, man. I'm just excited that it played out the way it played out. More basketball, the better. I think we can all agree about that. The more basketball, the better. And hopefully this series goes on long. And like I said, I promise I will talk to you guys after Game 2 tonight. I will make that happen for you guys. Like I said in the beginning, like, comment, subscribe. It really means a lot to me. Peace out, guys.